Welcome back to Inside Pacer Athletics. I'm Alex Buchman alongside Travis Broome. Let's get things going. Pacer cross-country team took a trip down to Rome, Georgia this past weekend to compete in the Berry College Invitational. They finished 8th as a team overall. Freshman Keely Gillespie led the charge for the Pacers again with a time of 20:35. She finished 19th overall, very good for her. Nicole Maitland not too far behind with a time of 21:30. She finished in 37th place. The overall meet was won by Emory University with a total time of 1:39. The Pacers will be back in action this Friday as they head down to Conway to participate in the Coastal Carolina Invitational.
The Pacers opened up home play against Belmont Abbott University at the Pacer Pit. The Pacers fell behind early in that game 1-0, but in the second half, the Pacers' Aubrey Danielson scored the first goal for the women's Pacer team this year. And then in the 78th minute, the Pacers gave up an on goal to where they ended up eventually losing the game 2-1.
Pacers then lost the conference opener to North Georgia 3-1. Brittany Morris scored the lone goal in the 47th minute with the assist by Jenny Panera.
The Pacers then traveled to Brevard where they got their first win of the season. Paige Busby scored the first goal in the 67th minute, and then in the 72nd minute, Brittany Morris scored the eventual game-winning goal. The Pacers are now 1-2 on the season and will travel on September 18th to Catawba for their match against them.
Now moving on to the USC Aiken women's volleyball team. They participated in the USC Aiken Invitational this past weekend. First night not going so well for them as they dropped both their matches to Montevello and Anderson, losing both of those 3-2. Next night started off very well as they beat Erskine in a commanding 3-0 set, winning those sets 25-15, 25-13, and 25-17. Shannon Byers led the charge with 8 kills, who was tabbed as the South Carolina Education Lottery Student Athlete of the Week. Pacers also played Lander this week and swept them at home. This weekend they look to take on the top team in the conference for the preseason ranking Flagler and Armstrong Atlantic State.
Congratulations to the women's volleyball team on their win against Lander and Shannon Byers for being the South Carolina Education Lottery Student Athlete of the Week. We have good look forward to better things from them for the rest of the season. And moving to men's golf now, the number 23 USC Aiken Pacers team opened up their play in the Spring Hill Suites Invitational, where the Pacers finished 10th in that tournament. Freshman Kyle Godsman shot a .217. He opened up his tournament play with a 69 and then back-to-back 74s. Congratulations to the Pacers there. They will be moving to Maryland this weekend to play in Cambridge, Maryland, in the Maryland Invitational. That tournament is a 2-day tournament on Saturday and Sunday, so good luck to the men's golf team there.
Now moving on to men's soccer. The men's soccer team took on Coker this past Wednesday. Top 5 team in the region. Ended that match in a 0-0 draw, but very good performance by this Pacer team.
Yeah, the Pacers have given up 9 goals in their previous 2 games, so not give up any goals in that top 5 regional matchup was definitely a good motivation for the Pacers going into North Georgia. The Pacers did travel to North Georgia, where they were not able to weather the team. The Pacers ended up losing that game 1-0. The game was shortened due to a weather delay in the 78th minute, so the Pacers had to carry on to North Greenville, where they played at North Greenville. They ended up losing that game 2-1, but a goal was scored by Brett Van Pelt with 15 minutes left in the first half. The Pacers defense, unfortunately, not able to hold off North Greenville, and they lost the game. The Pacers are now 0-4-1 on the season, still looking for that first win. Hopefully they'll pick it up September 22nd against Anderson, at Anderson.
The men's basketball team this past weekend got tabbed by Sporting News as a possible breakthrough team in the 2010-11 campaign, along with Byron Faison being tabbed as a preseason All-American.
Yeah, congratulations to the basketball team. We're looking forward to great things from them this season. We're going to pass it on now to Sports Information Director Brian Hand, where he's going to sit down and talk with Athletic Director Randy Warrick about this upcoming season.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Hand, Assistant Athletic Director for Communications and Promotions. I'm blessed enough to be joined right now by USC Aiken Athletic Director Randy Warrick. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
This is one of my favorite times of the year. Start of the athletic year. I know you got to be excited.
Brian, to be honest with you, I'm very excited about the start of the new school year. I think that our coaches, our student athletes, everyone involved with Pacer Athletics just couldn't wait to get the year started, and now we're underway, and I think that good things are going to happen.
Tell me a little bit. Last month, we had a lot of great things going on, from community service projects to Pacer Club Week. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, what we wanted to do was, really to make a splash at the beginning of the semester. And, we started out with a picture of the mayor to kind of kick off our Pacer Club campaign. Our student athletes came back, and we wanted to get them out in the community, and we had all of our different teams doing various different things in the community, which I thought went over very well. We got good coverage over it. The student athletes enjoyed it. The groups and businesses that they went out to support, I think they had a good time with it, and that's something I think you'll see us continue in future years. And then right after that, our fall sports started. Men and women's soccer, cross country, and volleyball, and right now they're in full swing.
I know you wanted to talk about this because they're such a valuable partner, but talk a little bit about what Concept HR is doing now. They're giving us all the support on the USC Aiken official athletic website.
Well, Brian, as you know, we have to have corporate sponsors in order to exist, and Concept HR has been a great partner with us. We appreciate what they're doing for us, and hopefully the different things that we're able to do to help publicize them works out well for them. They're a good partner, and I'm glad that we have them, and hopefully they will stay, and maintain that relationship with us for a long time to come.
You mentioned we talked about the things that kind of started the year, and we've already had the USC Aiken Volleyball Invitational last weekend. Now we got the Palmetto Memorial Golf Tournament coming up, and then our first cross-country event at Pacer Path. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, next week we do have one of our large fundraisers of the fall semester, and that's the Palmetto Memorial Golf Tournament. That's a tournament we started probably about 14, 15 years ago now. It supports 4 endowed scholarships that we have, the Dave Derrick Memorial Scholarship, Frank Howard Memorial Scholarship, Bobby Roberts Memorial Scholarship, and Barry Johnson Memorial Scholarship. And, each year we have this tournament, we generate money for the endowments, and we've seen it grow, and, it's a very popular item. It's played at the Palmetto Golf Club, which is a historic golf club in Aiken, and it's a great deal for people to come out that, maybe you haven't played golf at Palmetto before. The registration fee is $100, and there's a lot of things that you get for that $100. I think it's a great fundraiser that we have, and as you mentioned, next Saturday, the 25th, we've got one of the busiest days I think we'll have in the fall for Pacer Athletics. We'll start the day with the Bridgestone Pacer Invitational Cross Country Meet. We follow that up at 2 o'clock with home volleyball. And then that evening, we've got men and women's soccer, and also 2 sports which really aren't in season right now, but have fall practice. Softball has a tournament that they're hosting, and baseball has inter-squad games that day. So Saturday, the 25th, is going to be a busy day for Pacer, certainly for Pacer workers, and hopefully our supporters can come out and see a full day of everything really that's going on right now.
You mentioned it a little bit just a second ago, but talk about how much Pacer Club support and all that means to our university and our athletic department, because not everything comes from the state.
Well, I think what's coming from the state, at least from a total university standpoint, is getting less and less each year. But private support is very important, and our Pacer Club membership has grown the last several years. I think that people are excited in the community about what's happening in athletics, and they're supporting us. And we do what we can to try to make our events comfortable for them, and try to give them a good product. And certainly with their continued support, it helps to make what we do better. And we have to count on that.
All right, now everything started at the end of the year. To you, what constitutes a great 2010-2011 campaign for athletic programs?
Well, I think there's a lot of different factors that will go into whether or not this year has been successful or not. Certainly one would be on the playing fields and courts. If our teams are successful, then we're successful. Yes. But there's also many other aspects, I think, that go into that. We strive for our student athletes to be student athletes, true student athletes. And, we've set records the last 2 or 3 years of overall grade point averages for our student athletes. And, we need to have another good year there, for us to have a truly successful year. A good year in fundraising helps. Positive publicity helps. Those are the type things that, if we can get to May 2011 and we've had a good competitive year, we've had a good academic year, we've raised some money, and we've generated positive publicity for the university, then I think that would be a successful year for us.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on another edition of Inside Pacer Athletics.